Doom vivamos vivamos Epicureans. This is the BCE Comics Pod one-shot edition. I'm your host, Nick Smith, and I'm joined by...
Stojr from Stojr Shelf. How's it going, Nick?
I'm doing well, particularly since we are participating in Kurtis Findlay's Epic Marvel Podcast Reading Club, and this one-shot is going to be our brief thoughts on today's issue, which is Kitty Pryde and Wolverine, number 3, Death. I was trying to think, do you do that serious? Do you say death or, well, lighthearted? Death, why not? Okay, so Wolverine arrives in Tokyo to track down Kitty Pryde, and Yukio arrives to help him. Well, as Yukio follows a lead towards the Yakuza, she discovers Kitty's father and realizes just why the young X-Man came to Japan anyway. Well, in her typical fashion, Yukio escapes with Mr. Pryde in a very daring way. Meanwhile, Wolverine faces a devil-masked ninja whom he has a hard time hitting, and he soon figures out that this ninja is actually Kitty Pryde herself that he's fighting. And soon he takes the tactic of trying to tire her out in order to defeat her, like she's some giant dude dressed up as a rhinoceros. But Kitty manages to stab Wolverine through the heart in the end with a pretty awesome katana, because, katanas are cool anyway. Alright, Stojr, what are your thoughts?
I mean, this had some fun action in it. I'm not sure I always understand when Wolverine's healing factor is working to the max versus not. It seems like, when he's here in Japan, there's poisons and stuff like that will slow him down, and that's fine. I'm no issue with that. I feel like this is like a decent action issue. Like, I like the sumo wrestler kind of guy hanging out the window. I thought that was an interesting scene. The sort of fight on the train tracks is kind of interesting. I'm not sure how she's getting this blade in between his adamantium rib cage to stab him in the heart, but I guess that's possible. It'd be interesting to see if she coupled more of like the phasing powers with the ninja. Like, the phasing powers are almost defensive, so she's using them to not get hit. But it would have been more. I'd like to see her use almost like she could, you could explain her stabbing him through the heart because she phases the sword through him and then unphases it, and that's how she gets around the adamantium or something like that. So I don't know. But yeah, it's some fun action in this issue rather. I'm glad they're ramping it up, but again, we get a full issue with this kind of action. We still got 3 issues to go in this series.
Yeah. And I agree. It's fun. It's a fun little fight. It does feel like we're trying to get the same kind of gritty feel that we had from the Wolverine miniseries, but I don't know. I don't think we're quite there yet because, our protagonist is a child, right? So it's a little hard to actually make that gritty. But I do love how this highlights just what a threat Kitty could be with her powers, right? Exactly what you were saying, how she could use those to an offensive advantage and not just a defensive one. It kind of makes me wonder if maybe just the point of this miniseries is for Kitty to get some kind of martial arts training so that she can play more of a combat role with the X-Men rather than the espionage role, which has mostly been what she's doing. So they add this, she can disrupt electronics. Okay, now we can have Kitty do more things, but we need to get her in the fights more. Well, maybe this is how we do it. So kind of makes me wonder if that's the whole idea here, but whether that was the point or not, it's now a new tool in the toolbox for her, right?
Yeah, we won't really see that stuff till Excalibur, really, because I don't think she's not going to be around that much longer. Like, I don't know exactly when Excalibur starts, but I'm hard pressed to think of Kitty centric stories in the next kind of epic collection. She might be around or in the background, but she's not sort of front and center. I will say though, if you're interested in offensive Kitty Pryde stories, she goes full out with her powers in the Krakoa era. There's especially, I think, I don't have this collected yet, or it's collected, but I don't own it. But towards the end, when no shits are given anymore, nobody cares, and she's just full on phasing guns through people's legs, or phasing like a grenade into somebody's chest.
She's not an innocent
like
girl anymore, is she?
no. She's in her 20s at that point, or however old she's supposed to be, and she's acting like as an assassin, and in that storylines because of all the things that happened to the X-Men. She's got some reasons for it. It's not just like random, but the fact that she's using her powers that way is pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm. Nothing like an offensive Kitty Pryde, in more ways than one, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you very much, guys. If you've enjoyed our thoughts, go ahead and follow us on YouTube. We're going to read, rate, and review a full Big Collected Edition comic once a month, plus these daily one-shots. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next time.